We are live. Hello, this is Ching Juhl. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to play a 2.5 minute of trailer of my film called My Young Gun Diary. While Matt is getting ready for his lighting, he's going to look for lighting. Okay, so I'm going to my YouTube channel. Okay. All right. So as you know, me and Matt, we are Yangan, and I made a documentary about Yangan, how dedicated they are. And so I'm just going to play you the trailer of it. Okay. This trailer is 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Closing statement that was perfectly crafted, got to his main stuff, and told you why he's different and why that's good and why it goes to the question of electability. Andrew Yang.
I am that candidate. I can build a much broader coalition to beat Donald Trump. It is not left. It is not right. It is forward. And that is where I'll take the country in 2020.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
UBI is freedom.
Who's American? Who wants $1,000 a month?
Are you a registered Democrat, though?
Yes.
Show me what democracy looks like.
Once I started reading them, I couldn't put the book down. And everything he said in there makes complete sense.
Sometimes this world is changing too fast. I can never find a moment that seems it's gonna last. Hey.
Universal basic income, $1,000 a month, is something that's going to ultimately be necessary before long.
I am trying to stay in Iowa for as long as Yang needs me.
It's a little scary, but I can't wait to be here. Every door I knock on, I think about getting Yang to third, second, or first.
We want Yang! Let him in! Yeah!
That's Israel. He keep walking to another house to knock on doors to spread the word of Andrew Yang.
Intense.
Yeah.
Woman was like, get off my fucking property. You have no right being on my fucking property. You Chinese people, go back to fucking China.
All three of us have different candidates we're looking to support.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, Andrew Yang's not one of them.
We want Yang!
Tomorrow is a big day. Primaries in New Hampshire. We're going to see if we can actually pick up some people, take them to the polls.
Voted for Andrew Yang.
I am a little heartbroken. This is not the end.
If I had $1,000,
It's about time.
Thank you. Let me shut this off. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Ching. What a way to kick it off and get inspired before we get going.
Yes. How have you been?
Doing well. What's it been? Like 3 weeks since I saw you in New York?
Yeah. Time flies. And are you coming soon?
I am planning to come soon.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who's coming today?
Today? No, I don't.
Or actually, I think he'll arrive tomorrow. Jermaine Johnson. Dr. Jermaine Johnson from South Carolina. He's coming up.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of people come in. Like, I know Boyce is coming in June.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes early June. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know Mark Clock is scheduled to come back May 4th.
Oh, cool.
So my plan, I'll probably come back before May 4th because I like working with Mark. I think we make a good duo out in the media world, because he's like the photographer and I'm the live streamer.
Yeah. He's also actor, right? Is he? Mark?
No.
Okay.
That's so Will Lexham?
Will Lexham. No, I don't.
Okay. Well, Will Lexham, he's New York Yang Gang, but he's like a actor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like the actor in the Yang Gang.
Yeah. Oh,
But
you know
yeah,
what?
Mark is the photography guy.
Oh, okay. I think I get mixed up with Clark because he is a New Hampshire field person, in the Plymouth, the town. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I met him. Okay, it'll come up later. Yeah. So great. So great to see you. So I am fascinated about your work. You are only, can I say your age? Am I
Yeah.
allowed? You're
Yeah.
only
Almost.
like what? 22, right?
20, turning 22 this summer.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're only 21. You just can start to drink.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
That's awesome. So tell me, like, first of all, I wanted to ask. I always ask my guests. Oh, by the way, today is very special. You know what? You are my 100 fucking episode.
Wow! Congratulations! Let's give a round of applause for that.
Yeah. So I started this conversation with so and so. I still remember March 27th. That's the first episode. I was kind of depressed, because we were locked down, because we have nowhere to go yanning, right? So I said, why don't I start to talk to people? At least I talk to people. I get to see people on screen. So that's how it started. And it actually started with talking to youngins, like groups of youngins, and then slowly emerged to talking to one person at a time. So you're my 100.
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
So tell me a little bit about. I know you always report somebody else. You always report Andrew Yang or any other politicians. And I don't know. I don't know about you much. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Like, where were you born, and how was your childhood like? Although you're still very young.
Yeah, for sure. So I live in Maryland, kind of between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. So like suburban Maryland, it's not that special, but it's like, pretty good upbringing. Like, probably I'd say like the worst thing that happened to me, like growing up, was my parents split up when I was in middle school. So that was probably like the biggest challenge for me. But overall, like I think I'm fortunate to have had like a very good childhood and a very good family, which I'm thankful for. But I think like in terms of politics, like I've just always had like a general interest in politics. Like, because I know some people, they came to the Yang Gang like at the angle where they had never been in politics before, and Andrew like made them look at it in like a new light, or like just gave them hope or inspired them to get involved. I kind of came at it from a different angle. I just always had like a general interest in politics. Like I never really liked school very much. But the one class in high school now, they do like these they're called AP classes. You take like college classes in high school. Yeah. And the only one I ever did really well in was AP government. I'm proud. I got a 5 on the AP test. And
oh my god!
I don't think it was. I think it was just because I found it actually interesting, not because it was like I was some expert or anything on government or anything. So I was just interested to learn. But I don't know. I think just in terms of school, like I never found it that engaging. Like I think I did when I was younger, but just in high school and stuff, I really didn't like it. And I guess most kids, when they get to high school age, they think about like going to college and stuff like that. I'm kind of going on 2 different things here. I'm talking about college, but then I also want to talk about politics. I'll try to connect the 2. So I guess when I was in high school, I started a business, like an online sales business. And when I was a senior in high school, it was going well enough to where I was able to convince my parents to, like, not really convince them, because at the end of the day, it was always going to be my choice. Like, I'm a very independent person, so I don't like people trying to make decisions for me. But it was always going to be my choice, and I decided I was able to get like their soft approval to say like, this is going well enough to where I can put my time into this instead of going into college. Unfortunately, that's worked out very well for me. Like, because I feel like if I'd gone to college, I would have had to pay for it all. Like I would have been in like a bunch of student debt, and now like with the pandemic and everything, and the way the economy has been over the past year, I think it's good to. I would have been graduating this year, so I would have been coming out of college trying to find a job, and I would have had all the student debt, and I'm in a very different situation. Unfortunately, it opened up my time to where if I was in college, I don't know if I would have been able to do what I did like back in 2019 and 2020 with how much time I spent and spending like a whole month in Iowa, and I know you were there, and but I just going like back into the politics thing. I always just kind of had like a general interest in politics, and when I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like get into Yang, but
no, I will ask you about that. Yeah. So did you start it in college, or you just did not go to college?
yeah, so I never went to college.
Okay. If money is not an issue, if you go to college, what will you majoring?
That's a good question. If I had gone, I think I would have done something. People always say law is like really boring, but I find like law interesting. So maybe I'd try that. Like, because you know how Yang, he was like, oh, I was an unhappy corporate lawyer for 5 months.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I personally find it interesting. So
yeah,
maybe that's what I would have tried. That was another thing too. Like, I didn't know. When I was 17, which isn't that long ago, but it feels like a while ago. I had no clue what I would have wanted to do, like if I had gone to college. And I know, like this kind of an issue we see in like society in general, or like from a broader scale. Like a lot of people, they don't really know what they want to do, and they take on like a tremendous like amount of responsibility that maybe they don't understand at like 17 or 18 years old, like which is student debt. But that's like another topic for a different day.
Yeah. Check your private chat. I private chat you. So my next question is definitely, that's how you and we have something in common, is that how and when did you got into Yangan thing?
It would have been in around March 2019 was like the first time I had heard of Andrew. It was so if you don't remember, I originally had started the channel with Zach. It was Zach and Matt show. Now it's Matt Skidmore show. But when we had started, my friend Zach, he also was kind of pretty interested in politics like me. And he had thought of the idea of creating a YouTube channel. And like, we knew that the Democratic primary was just about to get started. So that's like basically from like like I'd say like the first debate of like a primary season, then up to like the election. That's like the best time to follow politics. Like, cause that's when the most action's happening. There's all of these, I mean, we lived it, right? Like that was a fun time to campaign, especially when you actually had a candidate that you were behind and you believed in. But when I had first heard of Andrew, it was because Zach had heard him on Joe Rogan, and Zach said that he decided he was going to support Yang within like 5 minutes of the podcast, because apparently Zach was already super into universal basic income, and he had just been waiting for a candidate to come out in support of universal basic income. So basically, Zach was like, "Oh, here's my guy. I'm Yang Gang," and he had told me about him, and I kind of didn't take him seriously because I had never heard of him before, and he was like polling at 0 or 1%. And I remember we were going to do a YouTube video, like maybe our 5th video. Like it was called, what was it? Oh, it was maybe our like 3rd. We were going to do like our 3rd or 4th video, or Thing of Ideas, and it was going to be like, who is the best candidate, the best Democratic candidate to take on Donald Trump? And Zach was like, "Oh, that's Andrew Yang." I'm like, "Huh? What? Who?" I'm like, "Stop!" You're like, "Stop!" Like, Zach, stop making, like, I just laugh at him, like making fun of him, like you're an, I like to call him like an idiot. Like, like, what are you talking about, dude? Anyways, but here's, I guess this was like my first exposure.
Oh, by the way, is Zach in your town, or is Zach in different places?
I guess explaining Zach a little, because I think people still to this day, apparently, like, people are like not sure what happened to Zach. Me and Zach, we've been like neighbors our entire life. Like, so he grew up across the street from me. And like, he's in college now, and like I live in my own apartment now. So like we don't see each other as much anymore, but like we've really known each other for like our whole lives, like 20 years. So, but the reason he left the channel is because, truthfully, he just wasn't as much as into Yang as I was. And like I literally took the channel that was supposed to be like a part-time thing, like just like a hobby. And I was like, I'm going to Iowa and I'm going there for 30 days. And that was kind of, I think, like when he was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Like, you know what I mean? And I was sad. I'm still actually kind of a little sad about it because like it was the Zach and Matt show. And I feel like the channel would have been better if he were part of it.
Yeah, that's your trademark, right? That's your trademark.
Yeah, so
that's your brand, you know.
Yeah, but it's I mean, it's all good. Like you know. But what was I saying?
You were saying
Zach? Oh, how I got into Yang.
Yeah.
It was basically we did our 5th video we did on our channel. It was called like Who Are the 2020 Democrats? And we just went over like we had 12 candidates that we picked, and Yang was one of them. And I remember making fun of Zach because like every candidate got like a 30 to 45 minute section just explaining like who they are, what their general policies are, etc. But then Zach did the Andrew Yang segment. It was like 2.5 minutes. I'm like, dude, it's so obvious that like you're supporting this guy. And I remember early on in the channel, I was really priding ourselves on like neutrality and like the appearance of being like unbiased. Now, of course, that's all gone out the window. It's pretty clear I'm biased towards Andrew. But at the end of the video, we asked like, who would you like us to do a more in-depth profile on? And believe it or not, this video, it became like our most watched video, which at the time was like 100 views. And we were super excited about it. It was like, whoa, 100 views. And we had like 10 comments. They were all like, Yang, Andrew Yang, Yang Gang. And I just remember like being like, wait, what? I thought this guy was like a nobody. I thought he was pulling at like 1%. Like, where are these people coming? Are these like bots?
Yeah.
I mean, that was like it's I was confused. But yeah, we did our next video. We ended up doing it, of course, like an Andrew Yang, like a Who Is Andrew Yang video. And that video like did so well. It was like for a while. I think we uploaded that video in April of 2019, and that ended up being like our most watched video until like August 2019. So it was like one of our top videos for a while. And it wasn't a few more months, I'd say, till like I became Yang Gang. That was just like my first exposure. But I think the first time like he seriously caught my attention where I was like, oh, whoa, this guy's saying something interesting that I need to listen to was a little like probably late May, early June. Like a month before the first debate. I remember watching an interview with him on like one of the mainstream news channels, and every single candidate I like watched early on in the Democratic primary and really continuing on throughout it, whenever they would get asked a question, it wouldn't matter. It didn't matter it didn't matter what it was. Sorry. It didn't matter what it was. They would always, for some reason, bring Trump into the answer or find a way to insert Trump into it. And it's like, I get it. Trump is bad. That's why I'm interested in the Democratic primary. I want to see who has the best ideas to beat Trump. I don't want to hear that Trump is bad. We already know that. Some people see it differently. Some people just want a person who's like, Trump's terrible. That wasn't what I was into in the primary. I wanted to hear like a candidate that had interesting ideas. And the way I describe it is like Yang, he certainly had the interesting ideas. Tertiary just says it's 4:20 in Matt's time zone. It certainly is. And I just found it interesting. Like he was answering all the questions directly, like no BS, no like tangent about how Trump's bad. Like I know that. Just explain to me, like answer the question. And I just found that really, really, really refreshing. And I like before coming across Yang, I had heard of universal basic income before. But my thought process, I was kind of coming at it from a more like, I guess, the scary word these days is like a libertarian perspective. I say scary these days because some people say Yang's like a libertarian Trojan horse, which obviously isn't true. But he was able to present it in a way where somebody like me who was coming at it from that perspective was able to be like, okay, this is interesting. How does this work? How are you going to make this work? And that was like the thing when I started looking into Yang more. He was able to like explain like his universal basic income in terms of how he would pay for it. Like that was very important to me because I hear all these great, like in theory, they sound like great ideas, like free healthcare, which I support, like free college, which I don't support so much, like for other reasons, because I think college is kind of like I don't like that it's like the end all be all. I don't think everybody needs to go to college, but it's like, even when I hear like free healthcare from Bernie, it's like, okay, Bernie, but like, how are you going to pay for it? Because if you don't have a plan to pay for it, like, it's never going to pass. Like, we need, and that was like the thing about, and that's the thing kind of about Yang in general that a lot of Yang gang like about him. It's that he's just very like practical and realistic, and like he's able to have like bold progressive policies, but he's able to design them in a way that they would actually be able to like one, get passed, but then two, like actually work and succeed and be funded. And like, I just was fascinated by the whole thing. Like, wow, he actually found a way to pay for this universal basic income, and the way he was like explaining his ideas and everything like connected together. And like, I don't think it took long. Like, it's usually the way it is with Yang gang is you find him, and then like very quickly you like go down like this rabbit hole of like watching all his interviews and videos on YouTube, and you're like, oh my gosh, whoa, like I'd never heard of that idea before. And yeah, I just think it like really took off from there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So you have been very dedicated, right? You spend a whole month on and off in Iowa. You went to Iowa. Yeah. So tell us a little bit Iowa experience.
I was there for from January 3rd, 2020 till February 5th, 2020, which was 2 days after the primary. Spoiler alert, I really liked Iowa for about the first like 29, 30 days of that trip, but something happened on February 3rd where like the last 2 days in Iowa were super miserable. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was that Iowa didn't vote for Yang. That's the joke. But yeah, no, but how is Iowa? No, actually, I really liked Iowa, like, because it was an experience that I never had before. Like, when in the world did I ever imagine that I'd be in a state like 1,000 miles from home that I'd never been in before, knocking on random people's doors for a Democratic presidential candidate? Like, what? It's in 20, 30 degree weather. I mean, you were like, you know, it was cold. Some of those days,
was so cold. Yeah.
Some of those days, ooh, like, yeah. And oh my gosh. But like, I honestly, I cherish the experience, because I think someone said to me recently, they said like sometimes like with like just Yang stuff, like I don't know, like a month could feel like a year, and I don't know, maybe like I packed in like a year's worth of experiences into like 1 month, because there was just so much going on in like a new environment. And it was also like fun because every single time I saw somebody, I was like, oh, I gotta ask them if they support Andrew Yang or if they've heard of Andrew Yang, because they're worth 1,000 Californians. So like, I can't just pass this up. This is the chance. If I was in my home state, this would be the equivalent of like speaking to 1,000 people. I got to do this. Right. And I would try to bother every single person and be like, have you heard of Andrew Yang? Yeah. And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, oh, he's that guy who wants to give everyone $1,000 a month. And they'd be like, the socialist, get out of here. But yeah, I really enjoyed Iowa. I'd say the most Yang started a bus tour in Iowa like January 17th, and it lasted 14 days, and that thing was just grueling. I remember being like dead, like mentally and physically, by day like 5. And Yang, all I'm doing was like holding a camera. Yang, he's probably meeting sometimes like 1,000 people a day, because if he does 5 events a day and there's 200 people at each event, it's 1,000 people. So, and like, he's also doing like, in between that, he's doing like media interviews on his bus. And like, I just know the way with the schedule works. Every night you don't get to bed till 12 a.m. Right. And you have to wake up by like 6 a.m. So all this, it just compounds. And it's also so stressful. Right. You know, like the time was counting down. And that is an experience I'll never forget. Like, and I don't know how Yang was able to do it, but that's one thing I knew, like, this guy was definitely going to work hard if he gets elected, because look how hard he already works.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Let's acknowledge some of our audience here. We have a lot of people I see made comments or questions. So let's see. Thank you, John Phil, to be with us. Dara, D-A-R-I-A, and then Terry, T-E-R-T. How do you say that? Tertiary. Sorry. Elizabeth, thank you for being with us. And we have a Darius. Yeah, I remember celebrating his birthday not so long ago, meaning your birthday, I think. Daria, Elizabeth. Yeah, let's see if there's any questions. Young Gan are the best. Gan. Is his mom mom in chat? Who is Daria? Daria. Okay,
Darla.
so Darla.
Darla. How's it going, Darla?
Yeah.
I recognize Darla's name. I recognize everybody in chat.
Yeah. Ask him if he told his mom about this, about that. Well, sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Let's see what else. John, let's see, Juhl Media, that's me. Oh, someone says, oh, you were talking about AP. And then so someone Dara says her son goes to Julia. She knows APs.
Nice.
My son only took a few APs. His AP is not very extensive. Not like some other people take 5 APs, you know.
Oh yeah, some people load up.
Yeah. Let's see. And Dara was asking, does a clean looking beard? I never considered AP did not get the point as a video game time. Okay, great. So thank you guys. You guys, by the way, I don't know if you subscribed my YouTube channel. So if you have not, please consider.
Make sure you subscribe to Juhl Media. Support the Yang Gang creators.
Thank you. So let's see. Anybody have a question? Let me see. You all make really nice, wonderful comments. Matt, you want to see? Do they have any questions?
Nell says, are we going to do rapid fire questions? So that's a question about asking questions.
Yeah, we'll do rapid fire in the end. Yeah.
I have a question for you, Ching.
Yes.
I've never really heard before. How did you first get involved with Andrew?
That's a good question. You see, interviewer is being interviewed by interviewee. This is your forte. Thank you for asking. How I was involved was kind of a random, which life sometimes take us to a direction, sometimes is randomly, right? So a friend of mine, a college friend of mine, very close friend from Boston, she said, you should check Andrew Yang out, you know, and she's kind of following him. And then she said, I'm coming to New York City to see the rally on May 14th, 2019. So I said, okay, if you're going that rally, I'm going too, because I did not know Andrew Yang, you know, before that. So I ended up went to the rally. Even she actually did not make it. For whatever reasons, she did not come.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah. So she did not come from Boston. So I went anyway because I canceled some other, my engagements, and I teach music actually. So I canceled my student. So I just went because I was curious. So I went with my camera, my iPhone camera, and I went. And I got there and I was really shocked. I got there really early, actually. The rally is about, Andrew Yang did not even come on stage until 7:30. I got there 4 o'clock. Figure that out. So I got there. It's very, very quiet. It was kind of a little bit raining. I remember the day. But it's a very beautiful square. It's a Washington Square Park. So I waited very in the front of the stage until the event starts around 6:30ish. And then there are so many people come. So I was very, very moved by actually people at first, because I really don't know who Andrew Yang was, And these people, and the people, they are all kind of people. They're black, they're brown, they're Hispanic, they're not very Chinese. You'll think like Andrew Yang Chinese, a lot of Chinese people shows up. No. So all the other sort of a race. So I was like, well, this Andrew Yang guy must be good. There's so many people.
It's funny you bring that up, because I kind of had like a similar experience, like at my first Yang in-person event. I was just like, whoa, like there's so many people here. Because I'd never just been to something like that before,
Yeah. Yeah. And then I was like often asked to go to shoot other, because I love to shoot videos. So I was asked to shoot another event. And then at that event, I got first time I see Andrew Yang, took picture with him. And then I was very impressed by him, by his presence and his speech. And it was a fundraising thing. And then it's the book. They gave us a book, you know, because I I spent money to go to that fundraising, and they gave us a book, and I actually read the War on Normal People.
It's a good one.
And I also listened to it. If you don't want to read, sometimes I like to listen to a novel, so you can just get on. You can get the free reading. Somebody put it on YouTube, so you can listen. And Andrew Yang read the book. But anyway, yeah, that's how I got in. Yeah. Nell is here. Hi, Nell. Hi, Nick. Nick Rivera is here now. Those are New York and Connecticut young men.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's how I got into, and then just kind of one thing leads to another. I think I heard Iowa Week, a Young Week in the elevator when I went to view one of the debate in somebody's house in New York City, and someone said Ryan, his name is Ryan. Ryan said there will be a lot of people going to Iowa to help Yen, and I said I want to go too. So it's from there, you know. So it's so much fun. It's like almost feel like a, school trip, a school field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about so you do you have any video you want me to show people, like your early video with Andrew Yang? Shall we show them in 2 minutes? Do you have any?
There's a video on my channel from the first time I went to an Andrew Yang.
Okay, which one? I'm gonna go there. Okay.
If you search Zach and Matt go to Philly, it would pop up, I think.
Okay.
Like Zach and Matt go to Philly.
Hold on. I wanted to show people just a little bit. Okay, so now I am in your channel. Zach and Matt. Zach and Matt
go
to Philly.
I hate that, like, what happened to Zach shows up. It's just so weird to me.
Okay, which one?
This one, the very top one.
Oh, this one. Okay, we'll watch it.
Yeah. It's kind of a longish video, but
oh no, let's just watch like maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. Well, that's so sentimental music.
Yep.
It's a waltz.
All right, we're on our way to the Donald Trump MAGA 2020 rally. Here back, we're going to the Yang rally. Going here with Zach. Turn the camera around. Hello.
Hi, Zach.
And then also my older brother, Andrew, aka Cinema.
Hi, Andrew.
Can you give us a Yang gang? It's done. Yang gang! Yang gang!
Ran for president in 2020.
What'd you say? Say that again. Hold up.
I said Andrew Yang for president in 2020.
Who's that?
Good stuff.
Yep.
My mom.
Oh.
Okay, who cares? The shot's awesome now.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
Yang gang! Hey, Yang gang! Oh yeah.
So what camera you're using?
It's Sony Handycam.
Okay.
Now you ready for this? You ready for this?
What is it? Party noise?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think so.
Yang 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 yang.
You're OG Yangan.
That's right.
Oh God.
Not
Yang
28.
Yang.
Some people did 2018.
Yeah.
Now you see what I'm talking about. Oh, I represent all the dirty South, where we know swing.
Woo! Wow.
This is the type of stuff I miss. I want COVID to be over.
Wow.
Can you imagine if he's able to have a rally in New York City? I don't know if he's going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to.
This is a great shot. Very good shot. Woo. Wow.
But like, can you imagine never being? I mean, you can because you went to one for your first time, but never be. Or I don't know if it was your first one, but just going to something like this, never been to like it before, and seeing it. Like,
I know.
And then they call us white supremacist bros. Like, how could a bunch of people? How do you think a bunch of people holding math and humanity first signs could possibly be evil?
Yeah, I was at 7%, which was higher than Kamala Harris in her own state.
Yeah, that's amazing.
This campaign is growing by leaps
The rest of it is just him
Okay.
speaking pretty much. I like the end, but
I'm gonna stop.
That I am not a politician. I'm a problem solver. I'm an entrepreneur.
that's right. Yang gang.
Yang
People say to
gang.
me all the time, it's like, you don't sound like any politician I've ever heard before. And they're not complaining.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
What a guy.
So, yeah, I just the power. It's the power of actually, really. I mean, I always tell the story of how I met Yan. Is first I saw people. There was so many people, and he is actually very lovely in this video. When I first saw him, I told Nick, I said I didn't even like Andrew Yan because you know what? He was standing there, right? He's like this. he was like really serious, and then he stands there is so fucking stiff, you know. So I was like, who the fuck is this guy, you know? Sorry, I should curse. Anyway, so but later I think that was the first time he was like that kind of a stiff, you know. He was not stiff later on after that.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You really saw, I think, from the beginning of his campaign through the end of just how much more confident he got, like as he went on. And I think people kind of make fun of this sometimes because, like, it's like I say Yang's a quick learner, and they'll be like, "Well, we don't want a quick learner as like a president or something." And I just mean, but I don't really mean it that way. I just mean it in terms of he gets the more and more he does things, he'll get better at it very fast, and like it was easy to see that in terms of campaigning.
Wow. Oh, Nell was saying the bumper sticker. He designed a bumper sticker. Did you see the bumper sticker behind me?
I did catch that.
Yeah. I have a lot of them. So if anyone is in New York City, I can give you some. So they delivered to me. Gave me a lot. I'm good. Yeah.
Nell's the man.
I put it. Yeah, Nell. I put the bumper sticker in my car. I didn't put it on the bumper because I don't know. Sometimes I'm afraid that the bumper will become too weird. So I think
that's see, I have 6 bumper stickers. Yang 2020 on my car still.
Oh yeah.
And, this is not going to take them off. I'll just be. I'm going to be the crazy bumper sticker person.
Oh, by the way, talking about bumper sticker, I have better thing than bumper sticker. I got a license plate, Yen 2020.
That's true. That's true. You what I mean? You don't need a bumper sticker. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I have a front one and a back one. So tell me. So that video was really well done. Is Zach a video person, a videographer?
So he's not. Is that Zach? Just I mean, truthfully, I think video editing, it's like if you just, it's something like if the more and more time you put into it, the better and better you'll get at it. So by then we had probably done like, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 videos or something by then on our channel. And like, if you compare that video to like, say our first one, we just got better and better over time. Like, we don't have any, like neither I or Zach had any sort of like background or anything in like video editing. I think Zach's better at like, Zach was always good at like making those kind of style of videos, like where they feel like kind of, I can't really put a word on it, but just like the style of it, where it just feels kind of like almost like you're watching like a cartoon, maybe. I don't know, like a fun, I don't know. Whereas I'm like, I was always good at like cutting together like the, like a bunch of different clips together and like trying to like make like some sort of a like trailer, like advertising. I'm coming out with a cool video soon. I'm working on it. It's like going to be a Joe Biden for Andrew Yang ad. And I think it's going to be pretty cool when I finish.
Yeah. So, so how many channels you have been doing? Are you doing more than that? Like you were also team up with Paget.
Yeah. So I tried to start the Paget and Matt show, but I guess that's on hold because Paget, she's just kind of like
burned out.
Yeah, burned out, I'd say, like focusing on her acting, stuff like that. And just kind of taking a break from politics, which I completely understand because, I mean, watch the news. It's terrible day after day after day.
Right.
Why would you want to follow it? I don't know, but I've been following it every day for years. What's wrong with me? Why can't I'm just
she's so passionate about it, right? She's very passionate about it, and it's like her life, right? It's taking over.
Oh yeah. She just has a lot going on. And also like she hasn't been following it, so like following the politics, so couldn't even do videos like if you had the time because you wouldn't know what to talk about.
Right. So. And so you did that with her for a while, and you already generating like a 1.9 or something. I don't know how big your channel generate a lot of followers. And then your Zach and Matt show now, your Zach Skidmore show is 57,000 YouTube subscriber. So how did that happen? Tell me, give me some tip.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I don't think I never thought I'd have a 56,000. Like, it's kind of hard to think about, like in terms of like it's like a football stadium of people. But I don't know. I never thought like I would have a YouTube channel that got to that size. Like, I know there's some channels that are way bigger, but I'm happy with my 56,000 subscribers. I think people I think the thing people always really liked about my channel specifically, like when it came to Yang stuff, was that I was just reliable. Like you could rely on me. Like you knew like I was gonna, like if Yang was doing something, like I was gonna cover it. And the main reason I did that is because the biggest problem Yang had, I felt like in 2019 and 2020, was his media coverage. Like just nobody would cover him. So like what can I do to try to like solve for that situation? It's like, well, I can try to upload his media appearances and put them on YouTube and like put clips on Twitter and try to get them like on all the different social medias and just spread the message. And I know like a lot of people, like they probably found like one video on my channel and then just like you can just click on my channel and it's like every Andrew Yang appearance, and like a lot of people probably learned about him through that and then would subscribe. So yeah, I just think that was kind of like it.
You're the Juhl Media.
Almost. I don't like calling myself. I just like calling myself Matt Skidmore. But yeah, I mean, I think that's what people kind of like have come to know me for, is being like the source for all things Yang, to find out like what he's doing. Like I haven't been uploading as many videos during his mayoral campaign because kind of like I'm kind of also a little bit burnt out like on videos. Like But I'm like, the campaign's just too important to not be following it. So I'm like following it like super hardcore on Twitter and trying to like correct all the misinformation and smearing that's going on. Because truthfully, like it's weird. Like the New York City mayoral race, there's the real life race on the ground, which is much more important than like anything that happens online. But all like the discourse and like the media and all the arguing and all this, it all happens on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's odd. So you can I feel like with Twitter and the New York race, you can kind of you can see all the players in one field, even if you're not there.
Yeah.
In New York.
I wanted to play you just a little bit. I have been following Andrew Yang recently only because I also I feel unsafe because the COVID. Now that I had my second shot, so I feel I am entitled, or I have no excuse not to go out to shoot, right? So
that's right.
I shot this with a iPhone. I want to show you a little bit. iPhone 12, and it's pretty amazing. He was last Wednesday at Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, Chinatown, he was endorsed by Chinese, what do you call, Asian American Democratic Club. Okay, so we'll watch a little bit just to see how great.
I saw parts of this video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got there a little late, and I shamelessly got inside and got all the way to him.
Mental health resources and substance abuse help that they need, but it's also positive for our small businesses, for our city's recovery. These are the concrete steps that need to be taken in order for people to feel like our city is working again. And I'm going to get our city working again. I cannot wait to get started. I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like this campaign right now, we're in the home stretch. I'm getting more and more excited because we are less than 8 weeks away from early voting. Do you feel that? Oh my gosh. In New York City, I can see very, very clearly a lot of New Yorkers waking up and saying, we need a different kind of leadership to lead us. If we keep doing the same thing over and over again, we're going to get the same kind of result. And that's not working for many, many New Yorkers, and we know it. That is one reason why this campaign has caught fire, not just with the Asian American community, but with every community here in New York City. We're going to run a campaign and then lead an administration that's going to work on solving the problems that affect all New Yorkers. I feel better about both.
A leader like Andrew coming in, we will make fucking everything.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. You can see this video on my channel, Juhl Media. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. And so yeah, so now you are so good at getting the news and also interviewing other people, the way you report. So do you see yourself like in five years? Do you see yourself like working in this capacity as a sort of a profession, like a journalist?
I don't know. I certainly find it more fun than my business, but my business is what pays the bills. So I have to keep doing that, and then it's like this is what I do almost for fun, as like a hobby, even though I put probably just as much time into it, if not like more sometimes. Like obviously, like because during the 2020 campaign, I pretty much like abandoned everything I was doing, like put my life on hold. But it was so worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's the amount of people like I've met. Like here we are. Like it's only been 13 months or 14 months since he suspended, and we're here. We got Yang in the chat having a good conversation. Like it's just I don't know. It's very should I use the word magical? Maybe.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit. What do you know about his ranking right now, Andrew Yang? Like, are we hallucinating that he may win?
Are we hallucinating that he may win? Well, he definitely no. We aren't hallucinating that we may win. Andrew Yang has a very good chance to be the next mayor of New York City. What we as the Yang Gang have to do, and even if you're not Yang Gang and you just mildly support Andrew, well, those people just have to show up and vote, hopefully. But because what we have to do as the Yang Gang is we just have to keep firing on all cylinders. Like we got to be text banking, phone banking. If you're in New York, which I know we have some New Yorkers in the chat watching, like no Nevis. Just keep because I know the New York Yang Gang's going to be working hard anyway, so I don't really need to remind them. But just everyone's got to keep firing on all cylinders. I think if people have gotten their COVID vaccine and they have like a few weeks or a weekend, like come on out to like New York City and volunteer for the campaign, because even if you're not like from New York City, the fact that Andrew would launch the largest basic income experiment in history, I've seen like people knock it like, oh, it's only this amount of money a month. And it just shows like the ignorance of some people, because the mayor of Los Angeles, Eric Garcetti, he just came out last week and announced a $26 million like cash grant for like homeless people. And that got a lot of positive media attention, and it's great. Like we should give cash to people. It's like the best form of help that I think a government can give a citizen in terms of financial, like helping somebody financially, versus like all these targeted programs and all that nonsense and means testing. But 26 million, Yang is trying to give New York City $1 billion. It's a lot of money. That is what? Let me do my rough math. 40 times 26 million. The 40 times the amount of money, and people try to like crap on that. It just personally annoys me, and also like this one post I've seen is like that could only pay for a monthly Metro card. And it's like, do you realize how valuable a monthly Metro card could be? You can get anywhere in the city pretty much with a monthly Metro card. Do you understand like the freedom and possible like opportunities that could present someone? So it's like whatever. But the point is, I didn't mean to go on like a tangent about how annoyed I am with the people who aren't supporting Yang. It's cool to not support Yang. But like when you try to then like make all this BS up and like all these smears and like crap on him trying to do good stuff, it drives me crazy sometimes. But like just getting the largest UBI experiment, that's like a legitimate reason to like want to see Andrew succeed, because that would mean so much in terms of if he can prove that UBI works in New York City, maybe we can prove that it could work everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, a very powerful opportunity, like to get something done. And I think also like I think this moment, like it really means so much for everything for that Andrew's been trying to do, in terms of like ultimately in politics, nothing matters unless you win an election. Because if you're on the outside looking in, you don't have any power. And this is one thing that I think people on the left like maybe don't consider so much sometimes. Like the left, it seems like, and you see this in like the New York race, like supporting like really like a lot of the stuff, it's like people on the left who don't agree with Andrew Yang on everything, but I'd say agree with actually, like if you look at his policies, a good amount of them. They'll be like trying to turn Andrew Yang into like some sort of super villain, and it's like what they'll end up doing is like getting some, if they're gonna end up getting somebody who's even like who's in their eyes like even worse than Yang or whatever. Like I don't really know what I'm saying with this point, but basically like I just don't understand the strategy of like going so far to the left that basically you're so far left that like at the end of like even New York City, where it's like a super democratic city, like 80% of people are going to be like alienated from you. And then you're never going to win an election. So you have to start somewhere. Like you have Yang is very, and that's what like Yang's very pragmatic about picking like there's some policies where people on the left will be like, oh, he's super moderate on that. And it's like, well, like, yeah, like, cause it's not like Andrew's not ideological. It's about like picking the best solutions. And there's reason like why not everybody in the country is like super far left. I know they think they're right about every single issue, but they may not be. I don't know why I'm ranting about the far left so much.
No.
This is annoying me. This race. This annoying me.
Makes a lot of sense. So by now, Andrew Yang personally knows you, right?
Yeah. Andrew knows. Andrew knows me. So funny enough, the first time I met Andrew at that Philly rally, we told him like, "Have you ever heard of this channel called like Zach and Matt Show?" And he's like, "Wait, Zach and Matt Show? Which one's Zach? Which one's Matt?" And he said like that him and his wife had like watched our videos before. And this is back in like September 2019. So that was a cool moment. And then I remember the first thing I asked Andrew, the first time I ever got to speak to him, it was like, who else does this? Like stays after all their rallies and like takes pictures and everything. He's like, I don't know. I don't go to other people's rallies. And I was like, oh. At the time I was like, I felt really stupid. I was like, oh. But now I look back on it, it's funny.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the New York City mayoral race, basically the point I was trying to make about Yang, like Yang has the right mix of progressive policies and like moderate policies, in my opinion. Like, for example, defunding the police. The ideologues on the left, they want to like defund everything. Like what Yang is saying is like, rather than just blanket defunding everything, let's actually look at what's not working and what is working. He wants to defund the money, the hundreds of millions of dollars that goes towards like civil rights lawsuits against the NYPD every year. That's like a multi-hundred, I think I already said hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a multi-$100 million line item in the city budget every year. Like literally just paying out for cops who mistreat citizens, like whether it be, like tackling someone during an arrest. I don't know what the situation could be. Yang said that's like the worst way to spend city money imaginable. So that's like one thing we do want to cut. But then like people will criticize him for wanting to fund the Asian hate crimes task force, which is literally a task force of just 25 Asian American detectives. That right now it's completely volunteer. It has like no funding. Yang is just saying like this should not be a volunteer effort when there's a 1,000% increase year over year in hate crimes against Asians. And it's like we can acknowledge that like the police aren't the right that we shouldn't be sending the police to like every single situation. Like, for example, Yang wants to create a mental health rapid response service to respond to people who are having like issues that sometimes we send the police to, like a person with a gun, and it ends badly, where maybe we should be sending somebody who isn't, armed to the teeth with weapons and is actually trained to deal with somebody who could be experiencing some sort of like mental health episode. But that's different from like when somebody attacks an elderly Asian lady on the street. Like we actually, believe it or not, contrary to some people's opinions, I think most people would agree that it's a good idea to have like police to lock up that person and stop them so they can't do it again. Like, and that's basically what Yang said when he was at that rally, the Asian solidarity rally. And he was like, we have to have somebody to lock up the police. Like that's just, not lock up the police. Well, sometimes lock up the police. See, that's what the people on the left want to hear. I don't know. Overall, I think if you're on Twitter, basically this is the summary of the race. If you're on Twitter, it seems like everybody hates Andrew, and that's probably why I sometimes, well, not everybody. I take it back. People in like the media and like the activists, like kind of like there's a lot of negative attention on Twitter towards Andrew. But I think in real life, there's a lot of positive attention. And I certainly saw that when I was in New York a few weeks ago. And I think like seeing all the negativity online can kind of sometimes cause me to get a little personally like jaded about it. And maybe that's why I've been kind of like ranting in and out for the past 10 minutes about various annoyances I have with the race. But overall, I think Andrew's doing well. I just think got to do. I remember what I was going to kind of like say now. We got to do everything we can, like, because this moment, everything that Andrew's been working towards, and like we've been working towards, because it's not just Andrew, it's us. It's about us. It's the movement we built. It's about all the people that are watching, all the people that follow Andrew and who have donated to him and have volunteered for him and made phone calls for him. Everything that we've done. Like I was talking about how in politics, like power. Yeah, okay, I remember the original point now. Politics is either you are in power, you can say whatever you want, but if you're out of power, it doesn't really mean anything. Like basically, Andrew becoming mayor would legitimize, I feel like, our work. Like it would legitimize our movement. Like people would finally be like, okay, we can't treat this guy as a joke anymore. We can't treat his supporters as a joke anymore. And that would give us a lot of, I think, significance and political power. If you want to look at it like after Yang hopefully wins the mayoral race, the next big election that would come on like my radar would be the primary in June 2022 for Erica Rhodes. She's running for Congress in California. I think Erica Rhodes could be an absolute star in Congress. But we gotta win the race. So I'm like looking, but I think how do we help? Like, what's one way to help Erica? Have Andrew Yang, who's already endorsed her, win the mayoral race, and then Erica can be, I've been endorsed by the mayor of New York City, Andrew Yang. Like, that's gonna even just legit, like, everything is. I just think
that would be so cool.
The way I look at it, like, I honestly see like everything on the line with this mayoral race, which is one reason I have been so ferociously defending Andrew on Twitter.
Yeah, awesome.
The enemies, not the enemies, but the people who aren't too fond of Andrew for whatever reason.
I want to shout out to some people in the audience. Thank you guys. He's a designer for Andrew Yan's campaign for many, many things. And also he designed my cover for the film of my Young Gun Diary. Thank you so much now. And Boyce is here. Yeah. Hi, Boyce. And Nick was here. Maybe he's still here. And then Peter is here. Those are all Young Gun friends of mine. They're here. Now, I made a documentary with my iPhone 11 and about Young Gun. So I was thinking maybe, where we go? So maybe we'll play just a little bit. We did a little bit earlier, the trailer, right? So you talk about the scene in Iowa, and let me see if I can find a scene in Iowa when you went to Iowa. Now, while we're talking, so let's see. I'm gonna go to here. This documentary is about 80 minutes long. I have to go into the middle to see if I can find Iowa. That's Iowa. Sorry.
Vimeo. Interesting.
Yeah, I put the video on Vimeo. They're canvassing.
I really regret. I had so much old footage, not old footage, but just so much footage on my Twitch channel that I recorded, like in Iowa and just in general. Like, well, yeah, really in Iowa that I wish I had saved, like of me canvassing and stuff. But Twitch deletes stuff, and I never archived it or anything.
Oh no!
But it's all right.
He's really great.
It was for the people who were watching live. They saw it.
He's great. Sam is a Virginia Young Gun.
Oh yeah, I know Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah.
I met Sam in 2019, and I met him again in Iowa. And then I think I met him again.
This is Chili.
Oh, is it?
He's Chili.
On my screen, it's frozen.
Chili. Huh?
On my screen, it's frozen.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Your screen is so I take you out and then put you back in.
No, I mean the screen share. Like it's still showing Vimeo.
Huh? It doesn't show?
Yeah, it's showing just Vimeo. I don't know if it's just like that for me or if it's like that for the audience as well.
Oh no. Maybe I did not. Hold on 1 second. Let me try. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, sorry. How is now? Can you see what I was playing?
Darla says she wasn't able to see it.
Oh, sorry.
I think if you try again, StreamYard, yeah, this is StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard glitches sometimes, so it should work if you just try it up again. Yeah, now we can see it.
Oh,
I'm volunteering for one of the presidential campaigns.
He's a farmer.
You're gonna go to the
Yep.
knock on the door.
That's
be confident with the knock too. Tell those type of stories.
Tim. Tim is also on
Once you get through that,
Clubhouse now.
basically the most important thing is you want to ask them where you rank Andrew Yang in your top 5.
Thank you all for being here. Iowa City by storm today. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This was amazing.
Thank you.
Sometimes this world is changing too fast. I can never find a moment that seems it's gonna last. The years just roll by like they...
Well, this is from.
Did I see Yoonjae?
Yes,
With 14%
Yoonjae.
in
Right.
Iowa. Yang gets no.
I love Yoonjae.
Yes,
With 15%,
he's
he
my
gets
team.
some. With 20%, he's the hottest.
Yoonjae,
story in
me,
the
and Nick
If
were
he wins
often
Iowa,
hang out.
He can win the white.
What's this place called?
This place is called Come and Go. This is a chain of gas stations throughout Iowa, pretty much on every street corner, and it doesn't stop being funny.
I can't understand how you cannot get a laugh out of this. I mean, it's
Seriously.
the first time I come to Iowa, and here we are at a come and go, right?
You know that song, chameleon, you come and go, you come and go. Maybe it's human go, probably not, or human go.
No, I think it's come.
It is come.
You know, Cheng, did you ever have a slice of Casey's pizza?
Casey's Pizza. No.
It's the gas station pizza. It's the good
Oh, really?
gas station pizza.
That's good.
Yeah. I shouldn't say that though. Now that Yang's running for New York mayor.
said about that in Nashua?
So, Mr. Make Americans Think.
Anyway, so anyway, yeah, I'll just play excerpts of it. The film is doing pretty well. Next time is going to be shown by International Film Festival Manhattan in sometimes May. So I'm going to
Awesome.
I'm going to try to contact the organization because they need audience, you know, and also I would like to get some, you know, visibility. I don't know, interview myself or whatever. Maybe you can interview me. And yeah, just kind of because it's May, you know, it's before June 22nd. I wanted people to see this film, although it is not, you know, mayoral campaign. It is just shows people how popular he was among Yangon, right?
Yeah, so I think what it shows is how inspiring.
Inspiring, right.
Inspiring his message can be that it was able to cause so many people like you and me included, and even people in chat. Like I know we got boys watching to go and do something that we never thought we'd do before, which is go to this random state in the freezing cold of winter and campaign for the Asian man who wanted to give everybody $1,000 a month. Can you imagine? He must have been special.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I have been sort of bugging him. Like the good thing is that he followed me on Twitter now. Yeah. I don't know if you really watch my tweets, but I'm officially being followed by Andrew Yang. And so I texted him, I showed him the link of the film. He never really answered me. So I later found out, I think I'm just getting the hint of message from different sources that the campaign does not want to, or him doesn't want to talk about 2020. You see what I mean? Because it's kind of failed, you know, he failed. But then I don't think so, you know. I think differently. I just think this film can.
I know you're talking like a little bit. They want like some separation between the two.
Yeah.
Just because, and they're two different things. But it's just like the presidential campaign. I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of agree with you. So if your point was to say we should, it's like I guess like it's because I guess, you know, Andrew, one thing it's like you've seen in the media how they try to say like, oh, Andrew used to go on like right wing podcasts or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, right winger Joe Rogan who voted for Bernie. It's like, They don't even know what they're talking about. But it's like there's just like he's running in like a Democratic primary in New York City. It's just different. Like it's a different campaign. It's a different race than if when he was running in trying to like to be the president of the country, and he's campaigning in like rural Iowa. You know, so I don't know. It's just it's two different things.
Yeah, but then to tell you the truth, the film is doing not bad. Like I have 4 different distribution companies contacting me, and they are interested in because they think it's current. You know, the Andrew Yang issue is current. So although I haven't really had I didn't in detail to do business with them. So it just shows people are interested in Andrew Yang, overall. And
I think there's good reason to be. I mean, even people who like aren't in New York City, like, or like haven't really been super like paying attention to maybe like this race, I think are starting to pay attention just because it's so fascinating, I think, to see the establishment and the media, and just it seems like everybody who holds power like trying to come out against Andrew Yang and like stop him. And I think it's a very fascinating thing to see play out in real time. Like I know some people are comparing it to like Bernie, like the way the media treated him. Like so you see like Crystal Ball and Sagar and GD on the Hill. They've been talking like they've had like 5 videos just in the past 2 weeks talking about how like crappy the media has been treating Andrew. Like Kyle Kulinski came out with a video today talking about it. So it's definitely he's drawing a lot of attention. And that's kind of like the funny thing is the media, people are smart enough to like see through it, like to see through the bias and like to see what's going on. And like even among Democrats, like I think it's like over half of Democrats, or like half, it's like around like half of Democrats don't trust the media. So it's like, because usually people are like, oh, skepticism of the media, that's only something that like people on the right feel. It's like, I mean, it's not. A lot of people saw what the media did to Bernie, and they are seeing now like what it's doing to Yang. And you're seeing people like again, like Crystal Ball or Kyle Kulinski, they don't agree with Yang on every issue, but they're like, Kyle was talking about today is like, why are they so against this guy? Well, it's like one, he supports universal basic income. That's like not on their no list, like up with Medicare for all. Like they don't want that to happen. 2, he's not one of them. He didn't come up through their ranks. So he's and then 3, it's like he's like an outsider, which kind of goes along with 2, but like he threatens their power. That's really what it is. And people are in power. It's the worst thing for them. They don't like their power threatened.
Right. So
but man, we got how many days left? 60 days left. Yang gang, let's go. 60. Yang for New York.
Yeah, that passes.
Yang for New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover him more. For the last 2 times I covered him, last Wednesday and also a few days ago, I said, "Hi, Andrew." He calls me by my first name. Hi, Ching. He finally also remembered me. I'm so happy.
Andrew knows who you are. Andrew is really good at remembering people, believe it or not.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He knows a lot of people. He's really good at remembering his supporters.
Yeah, but he sees so many people. It will be a hard thing to remember so many people. Huh?
You remember Joe Biden at the debate. Very smart. He said Yang's a very smart guy. No, Yang's really good at remembering faces. That's like one of his skills. If you're bad at remembering faces or names, which I kind of am, you wouldn't be able to understand it.
Yeah, one of these things. Great. So, anything else you want to play for us? Do you want to play for us excerpts of you and your show, or should we just ask our audience to check them out?
I think like most people watching have seen like my channel and my videos, but if you do want to check them out, it's what is your channel?
Your channel?
It's Matt Skidmore Show.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
It's just you search Matt Skidmore show. I don't know. There is one cool thing I could show you. Am I able to screen share? Oh yeah, I am able to screen share.
Yeah. Why don't you share me?
Well, if I can see if it's available. So basically, this video I'm working on, it's like a Yang Obama trailer. Or not, sorry, not Yang Obama trailer. It's like a Yang Biden ad / trailer thing. And the person who first like came up with the concept for it was my friend Mark. Not Mark Clock, a different Mark.
Okay.
But I'm scrolling to try to find it. Oh, here it is. And basically, he's not like good at like he's not like the expert like video editor in terms of like making the clips like flow the best and like that kind of thing and like the audio levels. But he came up with the concept of it, and it's fantastic. So what I'm doing is I'm currently in the process of like re-editing the entire video. And then I'm gonna add like more images and like make it really good, look good. So hopefully that might come out this weekend. But this is like his rough. This is basically like the rough draft, if you want to call it that. So let me.
Are you showing us?
Share.
Okay.
Yeah, share audio, application window.
Yeah.
No, Chrome tab.
Yeah, Chrome tab. Yeah.
Got it. Is it showing up?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to click.
We'll play this. This will get everyone inspired.
Okay, you have to play it. Because it's in downstairs. It's in the green room right now. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it on the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
It's not showing though. You have to do something. You have to
you see it in the bottom panel to add it?
Yeah, very bottom. Yeah. Like
yeah, if you just click on it, it should pop up.
Oh, sorry. It's my bad. Sorry.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
1 million New Yorkers are out of work with a
I was there.
rate double the national average. Whole sectors of the economy shut down. Hotels, restaurants, bars, clubs, Broadway, museums, galleries all closed. The fears for our future that caused me to run for president have accelerated since this pandemic started. And these numbers don't even reflect how much worse Black and brown New Yorkers have been hit by this virus and its economic impact. The inhumane economy that we have all been struggling to survive in has become more punishing during the pandemic. The problems of poverty and economic insecurity that we have faced for decades have now been strengthened and magnified. And New York City has become the front line for our nation's struggles.
What do you think the most important thing, Andrew, that we can start to do to begin to change this curve a little bit?
We need to fundamentally redesign the way our economy works. And I think we need to make middle-class Americans somehow participants or shareholders in the productivity gains that are happening in other parts of the economy. We need to rebuild the country. We need like a Marshall Plan scale initiative to rebuild the country in the wake of this crisis.
I couldn't agree with you more.
So we need to break away from the politics of old. You know what I'm talking about? Where we are fighting over who is to blame and who failed to deliver, when in reality, the people have been losing and it is tearing our city apart. We need to rebuild New York not as it was, but as how it deserves to be.
Vice President Biden, was that there?
In my view, this is not about getting us back to where we were before the coronavirus crisis. That's not good enough. We got to get not back to where we were. We got to get beyond where we were. You're one of the best big idea people I know.
We need to make New York City the COVID comeback city, but also the anti-poverty city. As mayor, we will launch the largest basic income program in the history of the country, right here in New York. We will lift hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers out of extreme poverty, putting cash relief directly into the hands of the families who desperately need help right now.
And now together, on Eagle's wings, we embark on the work that God and history have called upon us to do.
You know, politics, as usual in New York City, is too small to fit the magnitude of this moment. We are facing a perfect storm of crises. Andrew is going to fight for the families who are struggling to survive in our city. He's going to make New York City work for the most vulnerable among us.
This is our moment to make hope and history rhyme.
This city has meant the world to me and my family, just as it has to yours. But we are still in the midst of a crisis. With the right leadership, we can come back faster than any other city. We're faced with a once-in-a-century need around the country to rebuild from the roots up. And you're going to lead that effort, Joe. I'm privileged to support you in it.
We're going to lead that effort. We, you and me will lead that effort.
Oh. Oh. Awesome.
So that's like a rough
Really
draft.
nice.
Hopefully we'll
Pretty
get out the final draft this weekend.
Pretty nice audio. Put some music in the bottom when you're speaking.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I was there. I was holding my iPhone doing live streaming.
That's right.
That was good. That was good. So, we covered a lot. Thank you so much. I still have a question for you, Matt. I believe I asked you before when we were at a bar when you were in New York a few weeks ago. So, how do you like get all these news, like very, very like on time news, and then put them together? Like, how does that go? Can you just give us a little secret?
Well, I was kind of referring to it earlier, like with the New York City mayoral race, like everything that you could possibly need to know, like without actually being there, is kind of on Twitter. So if I just have, like, I have alerts turned on for like all the people that I deem like quote unquote important or just interesting or like getting a different perspective, like, and I just feel like I can kind of like go on like this one Twitter feed and like see like the whole race and everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. And then like I know Andrew's schedule, like I'm on their press list, so anytime he's doing like an interesting media appearance, like I already know in advance. Yeah. And like back when he wasn't campaigning, that was a little more difficult to find out when he would be like on TV and stuff. But I had like little tricks to find out if he was on. Like you can check his anytime Andrew's on national TV. Yeah. He'll have a huge spike in search traffic on Google for his name. Oh. Like very, very noticeably if you search like his name on Google Trends. So that's like one way to find out like he must have like, or like even if he wasn't on TV, if somebody talked about him like on TV, be like, okay, what happened at 3:15 p.m.? Because at 3:15 p.m., a lot of people were searching for Andrew Yang. He must have something must have happened. Like that's a signal to me that something is going on. Yeah. But I mean, if you look at my channel, like I haven't been uploading too much.
Look, I am looking at your channel right now.
I've been past 3 weeks, I've been very, very active on Twitter, not so much YouTube. Okay. But it's like, because I think Darla said it in the chat earlier, like the issue with this race so much isn't that Andrew's not being covered. He is. The issue is that the coverage is terrible. In my opinion. I just don't think they do a good job of explaining like what like, I mean, it's just trash in my opinion. They don't do a good job of explaining what Andrew's actual policies are, why people like him. They just come with all this BS. Yeah. I can't stand it.
Yeah, they can always find something wrong, right, with it. So, yeah. Whoops.
That's right.
The wrong thing. Sorry. Let me go.
Andrew gives away his dog because his kid literally had a respiratory attack and he like trends and people like crap on him. It's like, what?
Yeah. Wow. So anyway, I think should we do it rapid fire? Your friend is waiting for it. Rapid fire is like I ask a question and you answer short. Hopefully the question is short and answer is short. Okay. And thank you guys, our audience, for being there with us. Please subscribe Juhl Media YouTube channel, and please subscribe Matt's channel, and he already have 56,000 subscribers. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for being here with us, and your appearance and your comments are very, very valuable to us, and very happy to see all of you. Rapid fire, yes. Okay, all right. So let's see. What's your favorite color?
Green.
What is your favorite genre of food? Food genre. What
I know
type
it's
of
rapid
food?
fire, but I really like food. Maybe Chinese food.
Oh, right answer. Yeah. So, if you win a lottery of 20 million tomorrow, what will you do?
Start a super PAC and try to get Yang into office.
Awesome. So, what do you see yourself in 10 years?
Getting ready for the first debate of the 2032 presidential primary, Democratic presidential primary, because Andrew Yang will maybe run for president in 2032 after he's for mayor. Who knows?
Would you ever consider running for public service?
My answer will probably tends to lead towards no, because I mean, look what happens to people when they run for office. Plus, I've said like a lot of stuff like on my YouTube channel and like on Twitter. I feel like they'd be able to end my candidacy pretty early. But I don't know. Maybe I'd get inspired some way. I'm really young, so like I would have a lot of time to think about something like that. Like, because people are like, Matt, run for Congress, and it's like, guys, I can't run for Congress. It's illegal.
Seriously, is it Congress has age limit?
Yeah, you gotta be 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Matt is only not even 21, right? No, 22.
21. I am 21.
Oh, okay,
That's
21. Yeah, you can officially drink. Now you have been living in Maryland
whole life.
Yeah. So do you have a sort of dream place you wanted to resign to live?
I really like California, but it's very expensive. But I'm probably going to be moving this summer to Florida or Tennessee because I think Maryland's too expensive too. I basically want a cheaper cost of living. But I like California.
California.
I do like California.
Depending where, California, right? Certain places are very expensive. Yeah. So what is your favorite junk food?
Ice cream.
Ice cream is not that junky. Yeah.
Well,
no?
If it's not ice cream, then what would my answer be?
I don't know. Sometimes, like when I'm doing a lot of editing, I need to nibbling on things.
So that's the thing is I try to eat healthy. Like not like I don't know. I don't do the best of job, but like growing up, I was like a really like big kid. So like I'm always super sensitive now of like trying not to go back to that. So like literally like the only junk food I have in my house right now is ice cream. Because in my opinion.
Ice cream.
Oh, McDonald's. Darla says that's what it is. It's McDonald's. That's how I treat myself.
Oh, okay, McDonald's.
When I'm on the road, I always get McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. So do you exercise and what do you do for exercise?
I don't exercise that much. Probably the most exercise I get is when I'm working. Because I have like a warehouse and stuff, so do that manual labor.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. Is it okay to ask you like what kind of business you have?
I don't like talking about it too much.
Okay.
Just because
okay.
Like people are vultures online, if you know what I mean.
No.
Like, but so I don't know. I don't like it's just too personal to like get too much into it. But yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about. That's fine. You're just smarty pants. Have a business. Not even 22 years old. All right. So let's see. What else? Are you a mountain person or a river person? Like a water? Do you prefer water or prefer mountains?
I like water, but I like both. I mean, you can combine both. This is what I like about California. I once drove from Los Angeles all the way to San Francisco, and there's this part like about 4 hours into the drive where I forget what the reservoir is called, but it's like in the mountains, and it's like this huge lake, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever. So that'd be my dream: water and mountain.
That's great. So, last question: if you if you can have dinner with 3 person, who are those people and why?
Ooh, it's a tough question.
Not very rapid.
Yeah, because your rapid fire questions are good. So they make me think. It's just hard to get out a quick answer. 3 people. See, I don't want to say Andrew just because I feel like I could, if I really wanted to, I could have dinner with Andrew without like making it some like hypothetical. So maybe maybe Obama. Maybe Obama would be one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he has some interesting perspective on things. Maybe sit down and hear what he has to say. Let me think of someone else.
I can't imagine Obama having dinner with Obama. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
So cool.
He'd be fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How about I'll hint you, a girl, a female.
Okay.
Not me. Some female.
Let me try to think.
Can I make suggestions?
Yeah, you probably help out.
How about J-Lo?
No, not interested.
Who else? Oh, I know. Oprah.
Oprah wouldn't be. I don't think I could say no to Oprah. I just don't know if it'd make my top 3. It's a hard question because truthfully, like I was never the type of person who like I think a lot of people this is just my personal opinion. I think in America, like a lot of people get caught up on like celebrity hype, like just I don't know, seeing like this lifestyle in like magazines or on TV or like in Hollywood that like, oh, this is like what you got to be, and like I think America is like gives too much credit to celebrities. Like they're just people like you or I. They're not all that special. They just have like certain like abilities or talents or got lucky, etc. So like honestly, Andrew Yang is like the only person even in politics that I've ever like I guess admired or looked up to in this kind of way. Like I never even had like I never had like a celebrity crush or something like that. I don't know. So I'm trying to think of people that are like
doesn't have to be celebrity.
Like deep. I'm trying to think of like people who are like deep thinkers or like Obama would be one. Like, but I don't want to say like someone. Like if there's only 3, it's a tough question. Who is like really who has some really deep wisdom? See, I'd say like Elon, but people would call me like a tech bro.
You can be a dead person too.
But let me try to think of a female.
Elon Musk. Someone suggested. If you look at
you know what? I know who it is. There's like this investor named Kathy Wood who is this completely different thing, but she's really good at stocks, and I really like her investment strategy. And I'm kind of into finance as one of my interests.
I
have 3 hobbies, like politics, business, and finance. So this would be under my finance hobby. Tertiary says Kathy is a fraud. Look at it. You're just mad, Tertiary, because you've probably been shorting all her positions and losing money. No, I'm just messing with you, Tertiary. But I think it'd be cool to have a conversation with her. Learn about
one more.
So I got my 3. That'd be it. Kathy Wood, Obama, and Elon.
Oh, okay. You count Elon. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Year to date. I mean, look at the 1-year return, Tertiary. It's called a correction. It looks like it looked like we bottomed out the past few days. Like it looks like we might actually hit a bottom. So time to go long.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we had a really wonderful time, and thank you so much, Matt, for talking to me. And
thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me on, Ching. I always really enjoy your channel and just the style that you have on your videos. Like I mentioned, like when I showed you that rally vlog in Philly of just like the style that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I think maybe I brought this up to you in New York about how I really liked that beginning of that video. And just like that's the style that Zach had is the kind of like the style that I think your videos have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have that same, I think, ability to make. I don't know how I to try to describe it, but just make the videos feel personal. Maybe like
Uh-huh.
more. It's more than just a speech. Like it has this little extra touch to it. Like it's,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean. So I like that.
Yeah, thank you. I always kind of adding a little bit beginning, a little bit end, and then zigzag for the speech. Yeah, yeah. And then I like to also including a reaction of people sometimes. So
Yeah, that was good too. The interviews were good.
Yeah, thank
On
you.
the one on Sunday.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
yeah, it was good to be on. It was good to see
Yeah,
everybody in
great to
chat,
see
and
you.
an honor to be on the 100th episode. Congratulations again,
100. Thank you so much.
100th.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
hopefully here, before long, you'll be celebrating episode 1000.
Oh yeah, and then I have to do like 4 shows a week. Yeah. So thank you so much, and everybody, please stay safe, and please and support Andrew Yan, and Faye is here. Thank you. Let's see who else is new. Mick CK is here. Michi, yeah. Thank you guys for being with us, and it's a lot of fun. So stay in tune, and yeah, we have 60 days left for Andrew. So all the best.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
60
thank you.
days.
Yeah, great. Thanks,
All right.
everybody. Yeah,
I'll see you soon, Ching. And
Thank
see
you.
you soon, audience.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Matt. Thank you, Matt.